be honest with me. My glam is way cooler than Yastola's, isn't it? Like, let's be honest. It just looks so much cooler. But yeah, this is my Black Mage glam. I really like it, actually. And hello, everyone. Welcome to more Endwalker. I don't know what I was gonna say right there. I literally had, like, I was gonna say something right after I said hello, and then my brain just went poof, nothing. But yeah, this is Black Mage. This is my Black Mage glam. I really like it. I think it looks pretty good. It definitely looks better in the light. It's just a little unfortunate that it's, you know, nighttime right now. But it is what it is. The moon is starting to set. It was actually right, like, here. Oh, there it is. It's right there now. It's just behind the clouds. But yeah, it was, like, here just a moment ago, but it has moved. So, I actually really like that if you go to Mare Lamentorum, if you sit and you watch long enough, you can see Aetheris, you know, just rotate all the way around. It's really cool. But, like, it rotates, like, in real time. Which, I should say, it rotates in, like, real Eorzean time. But also, like, they also factored the idea that it's not just the planet is rotating, but the moon is going around the planet. So, like, even though, like, 24 minutes, like, real time, is basically a full Eorzean, like, day, it actually takes a full, I think it's like 70 minutes for Eorzea to rotate entirely, because of the fact that the moon is moving with Eorzea, you know? I just think that's a really cool touch, you know? So, or not Eorzea, excuse me, Aetheris. That's gonna take a little getting used to. You know, so used to Eorzea. I mean, I guess technically it was Heidelin, but it's gonna take some getting used to. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump back to Dancer, because it's actually a good class. For the Enter restricted archives with a minimum of fuss, then we must secure the permission of the forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? That's a good question. No one springs to mind? What of Scholar Montacane? Yeah, probably. He did come to Grawha's defense during the inquiry, after all. 'Tis settled. Let us head to Phenomenon and see if he's willing to help us once more. Stola is now accompanying you. Awesome. Alright, well, let's head to Phenomenon in that case. Just have to remember how to get to Phenomenon. Since I don't think you can use Aetherites, or things, you know, stuff like that while you're, like, carrying people. I've never tried, simply because I've just kind of, suspected that that's how it is. Because it makes sense that that's how it would work. But I'll admit I've never tried. So, maybe you can, and, you know, me running around is completely pointless. Also, I goofed That's fine. You still can just, follow along and go through all the weird directions that I go. I always forget that you have to, like, come over here and then, like, go up this path to get up there. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. But it is what it is. There is a dialogue spot in front of Phenomenon, so let's start there. Discuss the studium. I apprenticed to Master Matoya at the age of 7 and labored under her tutelage for a full decade. I never had the chance to attend the studium. Neither did Thancred, as I recall. Soon after Master Louis Soir took him off the streets, he was put in the care of another Archon. His was a rigorous and practical education in the arts of espionage and survival. Sometimes wonder what my life might have been like had I pursued studies here instead. Tea at the last stand after a day of lectures? Should I wonder as well? Oh, never mind. Never mind me. It was just an idle thought. I don't assume the other one is gonna be any, like, different. But... Wait, tea at the last stand? Oh, that does sound lovely. Afternoons with friends spent sipping tea and debating theories. Still, I wouldn't give up my time with Master Matoya for the world. The dank cave I studied in was about as far from the bright, airy halls of academia as one could get, but it was a wondrous, magical childhood nonetheless. Hey, there was actually some neat, different dialogue there. Cool. I'm glad I checked it out then, because more often than not, those were the words. More often than not, a lot of those, like, choices tend to just lead to the same, like, dialogue. So they have to just, like, create the dialogue to be, universal. But it is neat the few times that they do give you the different dialogues. Ah, visitors, and quite esteemed ones at that. What may I do for you? If you remember, I don't know what his English voice sounds like. I only, like, watched one cutscene. But his, like, Japanese voice is, like, high-pitched, so. Pray forgive the intrusion, Scholaric, but we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numenon's restricted archives. Oh-ho! No furtive forays into the stacks this time, eh? I applaud this newfound sense of propriety, yet in all this wide world of comparative serenity, what so compels you to disturb a vault of forbidden wisdom? Well, we need to open a void gate. And supposedly there's either information about how to widen it or about how to create a simulacrum of a void scent. Fascinating. Had no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, the research left behind by House de Mayer has lain dormant in Charlane's archives for many centuries. And if you unearth that research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void? That is, in fact, precisely what we intend. To what end, pray tell? To develop a method of traversing the rift, for one, so that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future. And yet I want to understand everything, to unravel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if grand revelation was the promised reward? Oh, marvelous! An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself! And after hearing the whys and the wherefores, I, for one, do not believe you would use the knowledge for ill. I see no reason not to present your request for the form's consideration. I appreciate it. Although, your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Why, Master Fortunato, of course. You can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dear children's most treasured comrades. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there is no denying that having Master Fortunato on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well, we'll pay him a visit to the Levio estate and plead our case. We will pay a visit, not pay to whatever I said. One last thing before you go. I would consider it a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you make in the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours, I'd wager. So if you could see your way to indulging an old man's curiosity... Of course, Galeric, we'll be sure to pass on any revelations. Ooh, Horseful... Or not, excuse me, not Horseful, Fortunal. Horseful is the dead guy. I say that, like, in a very... I say that as if I wasn't, like, absolutely destroyed when he died. I'm like, yeah, he's that dead guy. I was utterly ruined by that. Like, seriously, I was utterly wow! I mean, I guess she is blind, but she just thwacked into that tree. That was freaking hilarious. Because she just went, like, straight into the tree, and then the game just kind of, like, shoved her off to the side. That was amazing. If I did editing, I would, like, bring that up again and, like, show it in, like, slow motion. But sadly, editing is... So, again, editing is something that I am fully capable of doing. Cheating way, you little frickin'... I know you. I think. No. This is the symbol saying I haven't played him yet. I know I've played one of the bunnies. One of the Loprits. To try and get a card from them. And I got demolished. Because I just do not understand Triple Triad. No matter what I do, I cannot understand it. Like, I understand the basic rules. But when they start adding in things like plus and combo and stuff like that, I'm just like, what the frick is going on in this game anymore? You know? I cannot figure those rules out for the life of me. I'm also just not good at strategy, so... Mistress Kassandra, Mistress Yustola, how may I be of service? I've come to speak with Master Fortunato. Is he home by any chance? Yes, the master is in residence. I shall inform him that he has guests. One moment, please. Well, well. A millionth would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. You have some matter of import to discuss. I don't remember what voice I gave him normally. But I remember that his voice was, like, deep. But I also don't just want to do a Stydian, so... Then, pray, proceed. You have my full attention. So, as we told the other guy, we're trying to open, like, a void gate. And we need to get into the restricted section, because apparently you can just make a void scent to do that. Well, I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. Scholar Montaigne expressed much the same sentiment. I assure you, will not attempt to circumvent the forum's authority again. Unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences of employing this forbidden knowledge? For a brother who misses his sister, she was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. But the brother has given up on the thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people yet healing from the flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. 'Tis no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones, and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be. Hitting him right where it hurts. Reflections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences in the first should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. Sounds great. Do not celebrate just yet. The forum must still be convinced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Baldegian Annex. Aw, we don't get to go back to the forum and actually, talk to them or anything. So, rip. Yeah, the star is you've done it, but you haven't gotten all the cards. The exclamation point is you haven't done it at all. So I guess it's not Cheating Way that I've talked to. I know I played one of the Loprits, but I guess it's not him, clearly. So, no chat spots at all. Yeah, oh well. That's alright. There doesn't always need to be a chat spot. It's actually better if they don't, try to force, chat spots. Still, I like the occasional, stop and chat thing, so. But it is what it is. If there isn't one, there isn't one, so. Also, it's so weird that it's the thing is above you, and then it's just you take 2 steps up, barely an incline, and then the game's oh, you're now at the right level. But other times it's you have to climb a tower until you get you can be at the bottom of the tower and the up marker won't show because even though it's at the top. So, what did the forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoria has burned some bridges here in Charlayan and salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that her student was the petitioner in question, well, no few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded, in no uncertain terms, I might add, of the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. Right? We literally saved the universe. That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines. It was agreed that allowing you entry to the archives was the least we could do in return. That is wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Yes, well, as I am sure you are aware, this permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavor, and bid you a good day. rather bid you good day. Because that technically is a different first statement. Ever the same, that one. Uncompromising, aye, but that very stoicism is exactly what Charlene needed to guide it through not one, but 2 exoduses. That's true. That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on those forbidden tomes, and now I can simply walk in through the door. Our focus will be on finding House de Mir's research notes, of course, but the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy. Restricted reading. Montaigne is waiting to offer you further instructions. You'll be heading directly to the archives from here, I presume. You presume correctly? Then you'll want to speak with the index page when you arrive. It's been instructed to grant you access to the restricted section. Excellent. Once again, we thank you for all your help. Oh, it was my pleasure, believe me. May you find the knowledge you seek. I was not liking... I did not like that voice at all. Shall we? Hey, your stroller is following you yet again. It's almost like the only reason that there wasn't, that they didn't just keep going was because they have to give you breaks between quests at some point. Definitely think that if they could just go, they would. I do wonder if there is any, limits that they have set for, single quest length. We can do this many, interactions before we have to, stop. And, do a new quest line. Hi, Pudding Way! I love Pudding Way. Pudding Way is so freaking... I love all of the Loprets. I so badly want to unlock their stuff. But I don't have a level 90 crafter. Or are they the Gatherers? I don't remember. To think this set of instructions I laughingly imagined may actually exist, but yalms away from where you found me napping. If I had known of Alzadal III's exploits sooner, I could well have saved myself days of research. Even a children's book might have pointed me in the right direction. To achieve the impossible, one must needs be flexible of mind and look beyond conventional wisdom. A lesson I had already learned, but clearly not taken to heart. It's it's the reference page. It's the index page. I love the names. Archon Yestola and guest identified. Do you wish to proceed into the restricted archives? Follow me if you would. Watch your step, and please note that the use of naked flames is discouraged. Oh boy.
この中にデミール家が編纂した禁書があるはず。探してみましょう。
That's why I couldn't find the... Sorry, I asked a friend of mine to send me I asked them if they had a piece of art that they made for me, like, God, 7 years ago? Because I was looking and looking and I could not find it. And she literally just, like, messaged me and was like, yeah, that I sent that to you in an email. That's why you couldn't find it. And I'm like, that's why. Today, in a world not my own, I met the most beautiful, void-born creature. She was so unlike her ravenous brethren, eyes blazing not with hunger, but trembling, like a candle's flame, threatening to flicker out at any moment. I wonder if she is even the proper word. Such distinctions seem inconsequential, insignificant even. All that matters is the love I feel for this exquisite transcendent being. Though you are tempted to read more, this does not seem to be the volume you are seeking. But, like, can I read more? Like, that sounds like an interesting story that I'd love to read more of. They're not wrong. That is definitely something that sounds interesting. Let's see, leather-bound log, weighty tome. Will it be either of them? In the year 1564 of the 6th Astral Era, the Amalja summoned Ifrit, their patron god. Accounts describe the being as a gigantic lizard-like being with a potent command of fire-aspected magics. If we consider the primal summoning as an act fueled by faith and prayer, it is unsurprising, if not expected. As a result, deform entity should manifest the appearance and powers with which it is attributed by its worshippers. What then might emerge from the ether, should we believe in an almighty omniscient attempt? What then might emerge from the ether, should one who believes in an almighty omniscience attempt the same ritual? Would the scholar himself grace us with his presence? Some other embodiment of divine sagacity? Could this man-made god truly be all-knowing? And if it were, whence would such knowledge arise? I myself have many questions concerning the nature of the ancient world. With no spell to transport me back to the days of old, could I instead summon a being of encyclopedic wisdom of every age? Yet with no means to verify its pronouncements, how could one be certain they were true? Though your mind spins with the possibilities described therein, this does not seem to be the volume you're seeking. That is a really good question, though. It really is. Following pages detail an advanced method for manipulating rift-spanning apertures as devised by Nushanan, the 9th Patriarch of House Demira. There we go. They present these research notes to the faculty of Chalet and Studium as both a token of our friendship and an expression of our boundless admiration. And to appear to have located the forbidden volume you seek. Still will need to make the final confirmation. I mean, yes, but also, like, pretty sure. You know, that sounds like what we're looking for. Have something you'd like to show me, do you? My apologies. I flipped open but a single book and was completely absorbed by the contents. Epiphanies of House Demir, a forbidden research log detailing an advanced method for manipulating rift-spanning apertures as devised by Nushanan, 9th Patriarch of House Demir. This looks like what we're looking for. Well done, Kassandra. I think you may have found our prize. Of course I did. This is me we're talking about.
This 署名から感じるエーテル。間違いない。デミール家のものだわ。イレス教で何度か見かけたことがあるもの。早速中を確認してみましょう。
Time to find out what all the fuss is about, yes? Oh!
中でも飛び抜けて召喚能力に長けているのがアトモスと呼ばれる種である。
Good. Atomos. Also, like, there is text here. I don't know how to, like, read Eorzean very well. See, among the ranks of the Voidsent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. Yep, it is exactly what it says. So, like, that is exactly what it says. So that's I think that's really cool. I wonder what this looks like in Japanese, because I imagine it's actual, like, Japanese symbols. But still.
用意が次々と転送されてくるため、に当たった聖戦師団は大いに苦しめられた。
Atomos. Oh yeah.
我々はアトモスが簡易的なボイドゲートの役割を有していると判断。小型のアトモスを捉え、その能力の解明に挑んだ。
That's true. In the Labyrinth of the Ancients, these things were just pumping out freaking Voidsent.
その結果、アトモスは世界の境界に生じた亀裂、いわゆるボイドクラックを体内に取り込むことで、ゲートへと拡大させている事実を突き止めた。
Wow. That's nuts.
この時、アトモスが発する特殊なエーテル波長を解析。クリスタルに蓄積されたエーテルをこれに類似する波長に変換するプリズムの生成に成功した。そしてこの特殊なプリズムを組み込んだ人造アトモスとでも呼ぶべき魔法人形を完成させたのである。
Artificial Atmos. We fought one of those.
用意を招き寄せるアトモス種は古くから知られる存在よ。
Yep. And fought by me.
直前にもエオルゼアの各地域でアトモスの出現が目撃されている。あなたも噂ぐらいは聞いたことがあるのではなくて。それにしても人工的に用意を作ろうだなんてシャーレアンの賢人に禁書認定されるわけだわ。ともあれお目当ての一冊を手に入れることはできたわね。
Atomos. That makes sense.
せっかくの機会ですもの。ここにあるすべての本に目を通しておきたいところだけれど、私たちを信頼して閲覧許可を出してくれた哲学者議会を裏切るわけにはいかないわね。
Probably a good idea. We came here to get the info about the Atomos. Now that we have it, I think it is safe to move on. Eorzea has been added to something. I do recall there being some kind of, like, guide thing that, like, unlocked at the start of this, like, quest series. I don't remember what it was called or how to access it, though. So, rip that. I wonder if that's in my collections. Is that what this is? Yes, that's what this is. Okay. Stinian, Graha, Creel, Yustola, Heidelin. Ah, hey, actual picture of Heidelin, too. The Reflections, the Crystal Tower. Orianje, Vetra, the First Brood, Ether, Fortunate Levu, Eorzea, and Seventh Umbral Calamity. With all the elements accounted for, many scholars convince themselves there could not be another calamity. The Sixth Astral Era would last indefinitely. Last, the seventh Umbral Calamity would indeed befall the land, triggered when the Garlean Legatus Nail Van Darnus saw the meteor project to fruition. Dalamud, Heidelin's lesser moon, was plucked from the heavens upon its arrival upon central Eorzea. It split apart to reveal the elder primal Bahamut, who in a fit of... I don't know what that word is at all. INCHOATE.
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 Just begun and not so fully formed or developed. Rudimentary. Interesting. So in a fit of rudimentary rage? Rudimentary anger? That sounds... Seems like such a weird word for that. Like his anger had not yet begun. I guess what they're trying to say is like, while he did lay waste, you know, he had not had a chance to like truly begin to, you know. Common example of an inchoate offense is attempt. However, owing to the countermeasure enacted by the Archon Louis-Soix, the realm was spared complete annihilation, and after the ashes had settled, underwent remarkable rebirth. 5 years on from that fateful day, the forces of the Eorzean Alliance succeeded in defeating Legatus. See, like, Legatus' capital here, Legatus Gaius von Baelsar, and his occupying 14th Imperial Legion. Though other threats still remained, the victory marked a turning point in the fortunes of the realm. It was proclaimed that, by the light of the crystal, the seventh astral era had come, and the realm was at last truly reborn. Persons and concepts. Interesting. Okay. That's cool. So what? 1557 of the sixth astral era was when FF14. Well, not the original FF14, I suppose. Oh yeah, this stupid thing. I was like, what is this? Right, this is the stupid freaking thing from the Nier raids. And this is all Boja content. So Trinity Avowed, Trinity Seeker, Gunhilder, Mesija, Mikoto, Bostic. Sorry, I know I'm just like looking at random crap, but that I got sidetracked. So much as I would love to start crafting the Atmos, I'm afraid this is far outside my field of expertise. Fortunately, we know a Hainish alchemist who would be delighted to involve herself in our House Daemir project. Our business here is concluded for the moment. Please pass on our regards to the forum. Your message will be conveyed. Should you wish to indulge in more forbidden literature, I will be here. Patron mode disabled. Security mode engaged. If anyone can help us, Nidhana can. Say we return to Thavnair and look for her at the Great Work. That is the wrong button. I do, in fact, agree as I'm freaking trying to not hiccup uncontrollably for whatever reason. Like, seriously, it's so annoying. Seems like anytime I drink something, I just get hiccups. I don't understand why it's always hiccups. Estella tells me you are pursuing a most fascinating study, and that you want me to be a part of it. That's right. I have no doubt you would be interested. This research log should speak for itself. Fill it now. By the sisters, this is the mark of House Daemir. I never even knew such a work existed. Few should. It was sequestered in Numenon's restricted archives, after all. It was, but that means every word within is forbidden knowledge. A forbidden tome with forbidden research, and you put it right into my unsuspecting hand. I can hardly wait to read it. Right. To think that Daemir were developing such marvelous techniques so long ago. How many innovations have been lost over the centuries, I wonder. Now that you've glanced over the notes, what say you to helping us build a new mock Atomos? I say yes, 1,000 times yes. Work on a Daemir project that had even the redoubtable scholars of Charlene trembling in their sandals? No alchemist of the great work could resist. You are a woman after my own heart. Oh, I suppose I should ask, what do you mean to do with this big mouse simulacrum once we've built it? Well, we gotta go to the void, so there's a secret void gate, and it's sealed in the ruins at the bottom of the bounty. Today is a day of revelations indeed. If the purpose of our man-made Atomos is to expand this hidden portal, then I will need to see it for myself, I think. Manipulating rift-spanning apertures is not the sort of thing you want to attempt without first taking into account every single factor. Then by all means, accompany us to the vault. I plan to lead us back there shortly, once we've finished gathering the components I require. Well, components? Charlane's markets provided the raw aquamarine and pure water crystals, but I might need help obtaining a small quantity of astrally infused water. For such a liquid, you need go no further than the font of Maya, the ascetics. Person who serves severe self-discipline and abstination. The ascetics of old once favored the place for their meditations, and the water which pools there now is known to enliven the flow of ether. That sounds perfect. If you would be so kind as to fill a flask at the pool, I will petition Virtua to join us. The idea I have in mind won't amount to much without his authority to command the Void Gate. Shall we be about it then? Meet back here anon. Sure thing. Sure thing, sure thing. Alright, off to the Font of Maya, which is right on the other side over here, I believe. Like, yep, it is. I'm pretty sure it's this structure, and it is. So, does not take long to get there, which is good. Regularly end up getting the quest to get moss from here. So, I'm used to coming here. Ooh. Never actually seen this lookout. So I'm going to grab that while I'm right there. Whee! Wait! I went too far. Astrally dense pocket. Alright. Deliver the flask of astral aspected water to Y'shtola. And so, back. I guess this one I could have teleported, but oh well. Back to the great work. Luckily this map isn't too big, especially once you have flight. I will say, that is one issue, quote unquote, with the ability to fly, is that it's so much faster normally than land speed that it makes things feel much smaller. Do you have that flask for me? One astral aspected water. A flask filled with astrally infused water scooped from a strangely specific point in the depths of the Font of Maya. Yes, this should suffice. Thank you, Kassandra. Awesome. Now to get completely useless level 9 materia. Whoa. I'll be selling that later. Void Theory! Y'shtola is eager to depart for the vault. Look who I came across. Estinian seemed in need of diversion, and we in turn may have need of his lance. Right then, as our little party is assembled, let us make our way to the ruins. Will we have need of Matsuya's boat again? Not this time. Once Y'shtola informed me of our destination, arranged for a vessel to be made ready at Akiali. Your Excellency is ever the gracious host. Shall we? I think Akiali is not that far away either. We are getting close. We're at 50 minutes, so I mean, we've still got 10 more minutes before I worry about ending the episode, but it's just I'm getting a little tired. What with the lack of sleep and things lately, I'm a little more tired than I normally would be at this point, so. But again, it is also almost 4 o'clock, so maybe it's not as, late. Maybe it's not, maybe I'm not as tired. Maybe I'm not more tired than normal, but the ship is yours to command. Our thanks. We set sail at once. Oh, this is so exciting. Halsadal's legacy. I see the truth of a legend with mine own eyes. All aboard for the treasure vault. Proceed to Weaver's Warding. I definitely did all of those voices wrong. Because I'm trying to do, I don't know how to do, the voice I'm trying to do. Hey, we're back in the dungeon. This will probably be a voiced cutscene, though, so it should be fine.
この遺跡自体もすごかったけど、こんな装置が昔から北条界の底にあったなんて。もっと早く知りたかったですよ、ブリトラ様。
ああ、すまない。ゲートの存在は大種に近しいもの以外には秘匿していたのだ。誰が悪用するか分かったものではないからな。
Also, I'll note, she didn't say Your Excellency. I think she said Virtua-sama. So she actually, like, said his name. So... But, I think that's just a dialect thing, you know, a language thing, so...
それで何をしようって言うんだ？
確かめておきたいことがあるのよ。クリスタルタワー調査団ノアの報告によれば、第13世界でも短時間であれば容易化することなく活動できるらしいの。けれど傷を負って体内エーテルが不安定になったり長時間滞在したりした場合などは容易化する危険性が高い。グラハティアは五根の霊輪があれば容易化を防ぐことができるかもと言っていたけれど、実際に第13世界へ渡る前に確認をしておく必要があるわ。
Makes sense.
早い話が実験だろ。
そうね。どうすれば五根の霊輪の効果を実証できるか、あなたなら分かって。
By testing ether-filled properties. Might as well go myself. Maybe send a familiar? Say nothing and look meaningfully at Estinian. Oh, I would send a familiar. Maybe send a familiar?
ええ、正解よ。さすが冴えているわね。
I almost wanted to pick the Estinian one just to see what, like, how Estinian reacts,
かつて
but
ブリトラが人形を送ったように、私たちは使いまで実験することにしましょう。
makes sense. So you're going to summon a familiar using
たとえ
those
小さな
things.
クラックでも、インプのような定位の用意なら通過してきてしまう。言い換えれば、その程度の使い魔ならば、こちら側からでも送り込むことができるということ。とはいえ本当なら、この使い魔だけは使いたくなかったのだけれど、
Whoops. This must be a very special familiar to her.
一体どんな使い魔なんだ？
What manner of fiend does she mean to summon? Probably not necessarily a fiend, just something very close to her.
雲となり、山より落ちて雨となり、川より下って命とならう。トゥルルル、あわ。
What is this, some kind of magical girl transformation? Oh boy. That was very much a magical girl like transformation pose.
とっても可愛いじゃない。
Nixies! Also, I'm gonna have to go back and get that cutscene, because that was amazing.
確実にゲートを通過させるためには、最もエーテル量の少ない使い魔を呼ぶ必要があった。
Oh no.
それはいいのよ。
So yes, it is something close, but it's more that it's embarrassing.
ただ、なんで術式の最後にあんな栄唱の言葉を織り交ぜたのか。子供の頃の自分に会うことがあったら問い詰めたいわね。
Nice.
ともかくこの子たちをボイドゲートの向こう第13世界へと送る。
That was great.
片方のノッケンには五根の霊輪を含ませて第13世界から呼び戻した後の2体の状態を観察することで霊輪の効果を検証するというわけ。
Playing the music from Matoya's Relic.
ブリトラはボイドゲートの制御を願い。
わかった。
ゲートを開いている間は向こう側から用意が侵入してくる可能性がある。エスティニアンはニッダーナの護衛を。万が一のために備えておいて。
Certainly. I always am. Frost and foam.
いつもながら頼りにしてるわよ。
I have to get that. I have to get that for the thumbnail. I have to use the unending journey to get that. They're adorable. Time to stand guard. Stand guard at the designated location. But wait, that's actually the end of the quest. Huh. Because it was green. Quest completion comes from here, which is interesting.
Nokken, 戻ってきてちょうだい。
Well, one of them's fine. Oh no. It is dark aspected now. Uh-oh. Ah, this is what's gonna lead to a trial, isn't it? One of the four, I bet. She come through. Well, maybe not. Seems safe enough.
今のでボイドゲートの危険性が嫌というほどよく分かったわ。
Still wondering where a trial comes into all of this.
それで一目瞭然だとは思うが、実験の結果はどうだったんだ？
五根の霊輪を組み込まなかった方の個体はエーテルが乱れてよどんでしまう。ニッダーナの言葉通り用意になりかけているのよ。一方、霊輪を混ぜて作った方の個体はエーテルも綺麗なままで安定しているわ。ありがとう。ゆっくりお休み。
At least it's simple enough to dispel them and thus keep them from turning into monsters.
ええ。けれど用意にならなかった方も無事なように見えて、霊輪には劣化の兆候が見られるわ。
Oh.
本来五根の霊輪は精神汚染を誘発するエーテル放射から魂を守るために作られたもの。防ぐべきエーテルの波長が異なれば影響も違うということね。
Hopefully nothing was able to burrow into it and, carry itself across.
エーテルに対応できるように調整してあげる必要がありそうだわ。
この状況で今更だが、第13世界ってのは一体どんな場所なんだ？わかるように説明してくれ。
そうね。いい機会だから第13世界についておさらいしておきましょう。
Right.
第13世界は闇の反乱によって無、ボイドと呼ばれるようになった世界。エメトセルクによれば強引に世界の再統合を試みた結果らしいけれど、結局は統合する価値もない世界になり下がってしまった。その原因について三頭身をめぐる戦いで出会った
Hey, it's the World of Darkness
ウル
music.
クアルハイはこう話していたわ。第13世界では聖石と呼ばれる石に万神の力を封じる魔法が発達していた。そして彼の世界の英雄たちは戦いの中で聖石の力に飲まれ、魔を食らう用意へと落ちてしまった。しかしそれを止める力を持つ光はあまりにも弱く、闇の反乱から世界を救うには至らなかったと。そういえばウヌクアルハイを死の淵から引き上げたのはアシエン・エリディブスだったわね。調停者たる彼に利用されていたのはウヌクアルハイだけだったのかしら。
Rar made it the Wandering Stairs. Arbert's companion, the Elven Swordswoman.
アルバートたち光の戦士と旅をしたエルフ族の剣士シルバー。その人もエリディブスに引き上げられた一人だというの。そう、サイエラことシルバもウヌクアルハイのように英雄という言葉に翻弄されていたのね。あとはそうね、あなたは実際にノアの一員として第13世界に渡った経験がある。
Whoops. Slightly early click. I don't remember what I know. What does my character know?
太陽すら失われた世界。あるのはただエーテルを食らう無数の用意だけ。
Oh, yeah, because World of
ボイ
Darkness.
ドの呼び
You're
名にふ
right.
さわしいわね。
その通り。 だからこそ私は君たちがあの世界に渡ることを進めようとは思わないのだ。
第13世界へ渡ることはあくまで一つの過程に過ぎないの。この旅路は分かたれた世界の全てへと通じていて、私はこの世のあらゆるものを解き明かすためにここにいる。ご心配は無用だわ。
うん。うん。
そのための一歩としてどうにかして霊輪を調整してあげないとね。
それなら私は人造アトモスの制作に入らせてもらうわ。問題はイレツ教の資料だけじゃ情報が少なすぎること。メーガドゥータ宮にある大衆一族の記録庫にも入らせてもらえませんか？ブリトラ様。
ああ、聞いているとも。帰り次第管理たちに話しておこう。
うん。
それじゃあ私たちは先に戻っているわね。
A wound that he thought he had dealt with has been opened, and it's making him question many things right now. Void theory. All right. Well, a satrap's duty. Your soul ponders the next stage of your preparations to enter the void. Once Nidhana succeeds in replicating the Mark Atomos, this door into the 13th will be ours to open. Will you be crossing the threshold alongside us? I realize this is more my endeavor than yours. To be honest, I've no interest in visiting the void myself. Might we discuss this later? There's something I must do first. Why does everyone insist on being so secretive? I at least had good reason for not wanting to explain my Nixie ritual. Shall we proceed with our other preparations then? As we saw, the warding scale can be effective at protecting the bearer from other sources of etheric corruption. Nevertheless, the talisman's durability will need to be improved if it is to withstand the void's influence for a prolonged length of time. And I think this is a problem we can address without involving the brilliant but busy alchemist who created it. Who do we know who excels at this kind of structural augmentation? The Elegons, Garlemald Ironworks. An excellent suggestion. As I recall, Sid himself was no stranger to the void and its volatile energies. With his experienced hand at the helm, I have every confidence that the Ironworks can strengthen the warding scale. Come, let us visit their operation in Ralgar's Reach and commission their best and brightest. Sounds like a plan to me. But a plan that we'll have to look into next time. I do hope you've enjoyed. If you have, feel free to subscribe. You can check the video description down below for a link to the playlist. That way you can get caught up on any episodes you missed. There's also a link to Patreon and Discord. You can help support the channel as well as come hang out with us and chat and all that. So, with that, I guess I'll see you all next time. See you later.